Alright guys, what's up again? We're going to be back here working on the TC, and as you guys can see over here, I've actually already started on it a little bit, so I'm going to just show you what I've been doing. So I've been wanting to do the tire letters for a little while, and you guys know that like the ones that you can glue on, they're actually kind of expensive. So I actually went ahead and I got some of these oil-based Sharpie pens. And there's plenty of YouTube videos on doing this, and I've just been marking them in. But from far away, or like from this far, they look really, really good. But if you look really up close, you can actually tell like that you've used like a marker or something, because it won't completely fill in the letters good. I don't know if the camera's picking it up that great or not. But anyway, I took my time and tried to make it look as best as it could. But it really does look good from a distance. So here's what the back one looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to back the car up and do the Ventus S2s, I think is what I have. But anyway, so this is kind of the process. And I just wanted to make a short video for you guys, because I try to make a video for everything I do. But I've actually just been taking the marker, and I first try to get a fine tip, white too. If you're going to do white letters, you can actually go around the edges and kind of fill in better, and then I use the big one to add more paint in. And it seemed to work really good like that. And then if your small one actually runs out of paint, you can actually dab this big one in there and then like push it out with the smaller one. But try to just instead of actually like using it like a marker, try to just dab like straight in, because then it'll push paint down into the lines of the tire. But anyway, I guess I'll do a time lapse and show you guys me working on the other side, so you can kind of see what's going on, and then I'll show you guys the finished product after. Okay, so the other thing I was going to show you guys before we go into the time lapse, you have to clean your wheels really, really good, or I mean your tires really, really good, because there's like oil and stuff in them, and the markers won't mark good, or it won't last as long. So I've actually been spraying this Armor All just tire and wheel cleaner, just any type of just wheel and tire cleaner. And then I've actually been using this degreaser that my dad has for our grill. And I'm not completely sure if it's safe on wheels, but I've been making sure that I hadn't been hitting my wheels with it. But just get a good degreaser to get like the oil and everything off the tire. And then I've just been going over it and then spraying. This is just water that I've been spraying on it and just cleaning it really, really good. And I keep on going back over it. I have some old towels right here, and I just keep going back over it until there's no like black on the towel anymore, and then I'll start marking. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start cleaning it, and then we'll let all the cleaners dry off of it, and then I'll start showing you guys how I was painting it. Okay, so as you guys can see, we got the surface good and clean. So now I'm actually going to go ahead and do the front tire on this side off camera, because you guys don't need to see the whole cleaning process again. And then I'll be right back here once this water and stuff dries, and I'll show you guys how I was painting it. Okay, so I've waited a little while, and you can see it's dry now. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to start painting. And make sure you have like a piece of cardboard or something with you just to dab the paint pen on before you start. So I'm not going to make you guys watch the whole tire, but you can kind of see how I was doing that. Just kind of pushing in with the fatter Sharpie and then getting some paint in there and then kind of pushing it to the edges with the thinner Sharpie. But you definitely will. On the other side, I did 3 coats, so I'll let this sit and dry and then do another, do another 2 coats. I still had to put my first like real good coat on the last part of the letters, but you guys can kind of see right here how it looks. I was going to tell you guys, I got my Sharpies at Walmart. The only thing that stinks is the only orange one that they had was in like a 12-pack, so I had to pay like $12. Or it was like a 6-pack, so I had to pay $12 for like just the orange one pretty much. But if you guys go on like Line and Amazon and stuff, you can actually find these better. And if I was you, I would actually just buy just a bunch of fine tips, because they do have like fine tips and like 4-packs and stuff like online for like $8. So you get like 3 of the white fine tips for $8, and then get 3 of the orange ones if you want to do it like that. And that should be plenty to go like 3 coats around each time. But anyway, so I'm just going to keep on putting the coats around this, and then like I said before, I'll show you guys like the finished product on the other side. There's really not that much to show besides what I just showed. Another thing that I would do is I would definitely paint it on the car with your wheels like this, because they're under pressure right now, so they're actually like bent out. If you take the wheel off and lay it flat, which is what a lot of people do, they say when you put the wheel back on and it goes under pressure again, it will actually like crack your paint and stuff and make it not look as good. So that's why I'm doing them on the car. But anyway guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get back to work, and then I'll show you guys the finished product. Okay guys, so I'm gonna actually apologize real quick. After I filmed that last part that you just seen, I was actually going to a meet and I was in a big rush. So I actually didn't get to go back and film the finished product, because literally I done that other side and I got in my car and I left to go to the meet because I was actually a little bit late. But anyway, I'm actually going to put, right after this clip, I'm going to put some from the very beginning again with just some music over it, because that side, when I was talking to you guys at the very beginning, that side was actually completely done. And then after I show that clip, I'm actually going to show you what it looks like now. It's like been like 3 months probably, so you guys can see what it looks like now after you see these clips. Alright guys, so now after 3 months, I will show you what they look like now. So we'll go back here to this back tire, because this is the one I was actually working on in the video at the end. So we'll get down here so you can actually see right there. It's actually darkened up a little bit, I guess from the oil in the tire coming through. But it's still there and it still looks good. And then there's what the hand cook looks like. You can see how it's kind of getting a little dingy on the bottom of the O right here and in some spots. This is actually probably the only wheel I hadn't touched up a little bit afterwards, I believe, because this one actually still looks good. This one up here, I've had to touch it up actually a couple times, but you can see right here how you can still see the hand cook in it, but the end is really faded, and both the K's are kind of faded too. But anyway, so there's what that looks like. And also you can kind of see my letters kind of ran right here, and that can be prevented. I actually made a mistake. If you guys are going to put some tire shine on, I actually really like this Mother's Speed Shine. It's actually a new product for 2018, and it does a really good job. That's what I use on every one of the other cars that you see that I work on. But I used to use the Meguiar's Hot Shine Foam, and I've actually had to go back to it because this one, I guess where it's an aerosol can or whatever, or the formula in it will actually eat the paint off of, or it eats like oil-based paints. So that's kind of why, like, let's see if you can see it. See like right there how the paint kind of ran. It's where when I sprayed that over it, this wheel was down here and it actually started making the paint run. So if you guys are going to do that, I would say use the Hot Shine foam from Meguiar's, because I've put a ton of it on there just to test it and see, and it doesn't make the letters run at all. Or use a gel. I know that there's some companies that have gels that you can put on like a polishing pad and rub it around, and I've actually used a couple of those. I just don't have any with me now. But anyway, guys, so that's kind of, we'll go back here and I'll show you what it looks like again. And one good thing is if you'll take your time, and if you'll put 3 coats on the very first time you do it, like I did, it'll actually stay on there really, really good. And then you can actually go back, like before every meet, I would just actually take the pen really, really quick and just run through each letter like super fast. It'll take me like maybe 15 minutes to do all 4 tires. And if you just run over it really, really quick, there's enough paint already there that they look fresh again. So this is kind of a good way if you don't want to spend like $100 or over $100 for the tire letters. I'm going to see if I can reach out to some of those companies and see if they'll send me some, or see if they'll give me a discount, so I can show you guys those compared to what this looks like. Like I'll put on one tire and I'll film them like side by side so you guys can see the difference. Obviously those do look a lot better than this, because you know it's like a white piece of rubber, so you can't see like where it's been painted, like how you can tell that this has kind of been painted and it's fading. Those won't fade or anything. But anyway, guys, so this is just kind of like a cheap way to do it, and I just wanted to show you guys this, because I know that I wasn't going to spend over $100 for letters on my tire. I mean, there's plenty of other things I can do. I can get like I can add like 50 or 60 more bucks and get a strut bar or anything like that. So so there's just a cool way to make your car look kind of more sporty. So I hope it helps you guys, and I hope you like the video. Make sure that if you have any comments, leave them down below. If you have a better way, or if you have found some oil base pens that are better, let me know. I just grabbed the Sharpie ones just to try them out. Or if you guys have a better way of doing it, that's a cheap way, leave it down in the comments below and I'll let everybody know in one of my next videos. But anyway, guys, make sure that you subscribe down below. We're getting more subscribers. It's helping me out. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.